Welcome back to the channel. GemMint here with another statue unboxing and review, and this time we have Sideshow's latest THOR Premium Format. Huge box here. I love the fact that it doesn't even have the picture of the statue on the box, just Mjolnir blasting through the rock here with the electricity going around it. You've got the THOR logo, and it's just wrapping around the back with that same kind of detail that you see on the hammer. Anyway, we're going to jump into this, but make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We are like less than 150 subscribers left from hitting our 150,000 subscriber milestone, and we're giving away a Deja Thoris Premium Format statue once we hit that milestone. All you got to do is leave a comment, be subscribed. I'm going to pick a random video where I promoted the giveaway once we hit 150K, and I'm going to draw a random winner live on YouTube. With that out the way, let's get this thing off the table and onto the floor. All right, so one box, one layer. Let's remove the lid. We can see the pieces underneath. We've got some protective styrofoam, and man, right away that base pops. But before we get to it, there is a little card with a QR code that shows us a video on how to pose this cape. So we'll take a look at that later. Super sheen, lightweight cape, but it feels high quality. You guys can see the snow on the bottom. I like that detail. It's magnetized here at the collar. Let me just unfold this real quick. So there is a wire at the bottom of the cape and on the side so you can pose it. We'll get to that later. A lot of detail in the hand. Look at the veins and the skin tone. His hand almost has like a dirty look in the palm. A lot of detail in that hand, and then the other hand with Mjolnir with the inscription, "Whoever so be worthy." You know the whole spiel. I like the position of the hammer in his hand as it's cocked back and it's extended. That's kind of unique for a Thor piece. Here's Thor's body. It's huge, it's heavy, he's ripped. The muscle definition is insane on the arms, the veins, the shadowing. Going to the boots, you have the same snow weathering like it does on the cape. We'll flip them around here. The other boot with the straps, great detail as far as the sculpt and the paint. Love those boots. Moving up to his quads, they are ripped. The blue really pops. Look at the fabric seam on the right leg too. So realistic looking. Huge piece on the body here. Then we have the portrait. I love how it's a comic book depiction of Thor. You have the helmet with those detailed feathers. He's got that strong Norse god face and the blonde hair flowing in the wind. You have some great sculpted in details in the hair as well as it's fanned out, which will be over the cape. Portrait looks awesome. And then the base, number 12 out of 850, no exclusive here. Love the decal, and then boom. The defeated frost giant looks amazing. I love the different shades of blue. The eye has a lot of detail and life in it. Now let's go ahead and get Thor on the base. So he has a peg on his right foot and a key notch, so that'll go in like so. Almost done with the assembly already. Let's get his left hand magnetized in. The right hand, as you can see, has a peg on the body, so that'll go ahead and fit into his right hand holding Mjolnir. And I'm going to put the portrait on first without the cape, just so you can get an idea of the detail. So let's spin him around a little bit. Looks great, and you could display him without the cape if you like, so that's a good option. There are no exposed pieces where the cape should go if you don't choose to use it. And like I said, it's magnetized together. Those magnets do magnetize on the collar here, so super accommodating. There's no notches or any ugly eyesores that are there. The magnets are built into the piece, so like I said, you can display with or without. And then here is the video that Sideshow provides via that QR code that I used to pose this cape. Now, as you'll see, it didn't come out exact, but I think I got pretty close. This video is brought to you by Street Level Hero. SLHLA.com is having a buy 3, get 3 sale right now, so swing on over to them if you're into their exclusive variants. They do a lot of shared variants as well with Unknown Comics and others, so make sure to check them out if you're into that. I think I did a pretty good job posing this cape here because you want it to look like it's flowing in the wind, but you don't want it to cover too much of the statue. Like I said, you could display it with or without either way, but I don't know, the fabric capes have been growing on me lately. Speaking of growing, this guy measures about 22 inches tall. The width of the base here is about 16 inches, and the depth of the base is about 10.5. If you want to look at the back of the hammer to the front of his elbow, it's almost about 17 inches. Now this piece retailed $635 and is already waitlisted. There's no exclusive, so that means this is the only version, and it had an edition size of just 850. This was sculpted and designed by Martine Canali. Richard Long assisted with the design, Casey Love on the paint, Tim Hansen on the cut and sew, and also the Sideshow design and development team pitched in as well. So here we go. I really wasn't looking forward to this piece when it was first announced. I have the 1/3 scale Legendary Beast Thor, which to me is the Thor that I'm going to keep in my collection. But when I saw this at San Diego Comic-Con, I was like, man, I gotta get this Thor in. He looks like he's gonna pair great with Captain America. Maybe we will do a 1/4 scale Avengers line. I used a ton of reward points too. I think I only paid like 90 bucks after it was all said and done. And I think that was well worth it, especially considering that it's waitlisted. I didn't even know that until I went to do this review. Starting at the base, again, the colors are amazing, and this is what Sideshow does so well. They have a smaller footprint, but it still tells a story. It's classy, and it's just so well done. I think the snow looks great, the ice chunks, that fallen frost giant, it's packed full of detail. Like I said, the life in his eye, you have those gnarly teeth and those chipped fingernails. Thor commands presence with this piece. I mean, if you take a look at like him diagonally, like the back of his left foot to his head, I mean, that's like 22 inches in itself, man. He's got such a big build. And the fact that it's all one piece except for just the wrist and the portrait just adds to his mass. I think the sculpt is immaculate. The paint job looks great. The details are there. Like I said, the fabric seams along his leg. The wraps have great detail in them. The fact that you have that snow weathering on the bottom of the boots and on the bottom of the cape just adds to the realism of this piece. That's what it would look like because it would be dragging along in the snow. The wires really allow you to pose this cape to make it look lifelike. Although I do like sculpted capes, sometimes with the fabric capes you can do more than what the sculpted capes can do, especially the fact that you can just take it off and display it without, which you can't really do with sculpted capes, right? It would leave these big holes in wherever it would key in at. So overall, I'm super impressed with this piece. I feel like he's a keeper for sure. Can't wait till I get my displays together so I can actually pair him with other quarter scale pieces, but for now this is as good as it gets. Let me know what you guys think about the Thor Premium Format sculpted by Martine Canali in the comments down below, and I'll leave you with him spinning 360 degrees on the turntable. Stay minty fresh, y'all. Peace.